Yo guys, Sundown here. This is going to be my chapter review to One Piece 887, Somewhere Someone is Wishing for Your Happiness. Now this is going to be it's come out later than it should have, but that's just how it is. Sorry about that. That's just I had a couple of things I needed to do. So the review has come out late, but they will be coming out. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to cancel giving or making reviews anytime soon. I'm just going to see how it goes. In other news though, the Saints beat the Panthers, so we're all good. We're gonna go straight into those playoffs, bro. But actually, I think the Falcons might actually be a bigger threat to us right now in the form that they seem to be assuming than the Carolina Panthers were. The Panthers just looked a little bit dead throughout that game, you know, and we made a few defensive mistakes and things like that. But I was like, oh, come on, man. The Saints had that. Kamara is kicking ass. Ingram is kicking ass, and Breeze is kind of chilling at this moment. I don't even think he got about 200 something yards, which is it's a little bit lesser than he usually assumes, and that's what he's been doing all season. But forget about that. This is going to be One Piece 887. So the cover story we get this week is Idio. He leaves the long leg and long arm tribe on the same damn island together. He's like, you guys can fix up your relationship. I'm gonna go. You can kill each other, or you can learn to work with each other and unite. That's up to you guys. I'm gonna do one. You ain't got nothing to do with me. So I'm like, yeah, chilling, safe. You know, Idio doesn't care about these guys. He's just like, if you're gonna carry on being little girls about this, basically, then you can act like little children and continue like that. So that's a good decision. So let's talk about the main part of this chapter for me. And the main and the most heart-wrenching part of this chapter was the whole Pez and Pound thing. This chapter was just hurting everywhere. So the Pez and Pound parts of this chapter were heart-wrenching. Like Pez, as a child, he seems to possess this innate ability to kind of, it's kind of with most children, you'll kind of realize after a while they possess this innate ability to kind of recognize own, or that's one of us, you know. That's like they have that innate ability. I don't know what it is. It's got to be something to do with how they brought up, and you know, just recognizing individuals. So even though Chiffon and Beige even they don't know who Pound is, Pez recognizes him as someone he's comfortable with, i.e. family. And the whole kind of thing that Pez created in this chapter, the whole like this, the reason why Oda seemed to have written him in, and kind of what he served as, was like a Pound sensor, and we got to kind of experience the same set of emotions as Pez as we were going through this chapter. You know, we see Pound first, and he's like, oh yo shit, it's my grandson, and we experience the same happiness as Pez when Oven gets dunked on as well. Oven gets like wrecked across the head with like this broom or something like that. We were like, yo shit, that's sick, Pound's going in. But then we experience the sadness of Pez when we realize that Pound is in big trouble, and he was in big trouble. So Pound's whole scene in this chapter, where he's kind of like going through his inner monologue, that was just, that was a killer. He doesn't even know his like grandson's name. He doesn't know that Pez is Pez. He just knows it's his grandson because Chiffon's handling him. So he's like, you know what? It's nice that I got to meet my grandson. So I was like, yo, shit, this is killing me, man. So then we see his backstory, where Big Mom had his kids, i.e. Chiffon and Lola, and then she cast him out. She was like, you know, I want nothing to do with you anymore. You're done here. You've had the kids. Get out. So I was like, yo, this is killing me, man. So then his regret and his happiness concerning Chiffon, they all kind of flood out, and that was like the mixture of emotions we got this chapter. And for a side character at best, which is what Pound was, he really made an impact. I was like, for someone who's had such a small amount of screen time, he's really made an impactful little chapter here, and a little scene here. So he at the end, when he's about to get his head basically chopped off, I fully assume he's been executed by Oven at the end of this chapter, and he kind of just ties up his tie, and almost in like a symbol of like, okay, I'm prepared for death, let's go. And he's smiling, you know, Pound D, you know, he's a D. So I was like, okay, so as if to prepare for death, and then he dies. And I hope he did die, you know, not as like that guy, but you know, Pedro and Pound, they both, the whole kind of thing they did was they sacrificed themselves so that the rest of them could get away, or so that the rest of them could get to where they needed to get to. So I'd really like it if they actually stayed dead and served the purpose which they tried to serve. Then we come to the Nostro Castello. That ship is sick. Beige's ship is amphibious, which is it can sail on the water, and it can it can roll around, it can drive on land. So it's an awesome turn of events. I really like this idea. It gives him such an advantage when you think about it. Just look at what he did this chapter. He's about to be sieged. He's about to be trapped in by a siege of ships, because there's a fleet coming after him basically, and he's like, okay, shit, I'm stuck between portside and the siege of ships behind me. So he then just freaking boards land, and he's like, alright, let's go. And he just carries on. So it was so good, and it, like I said, it allows him to handily escape the siege which was about to occur. Beige saying he obviously didn't tell the Big Mom pirates everything about his crew, his ship, or his powers was gold too, because it shows how much how meticulous he's been in his whole dealing with the Big Mom pirates, and how experienced he is as well, you know. Then Sanji lifting the cake with his one leg and his stick, he just kind of shoots it up in the air. It was an awesome panel, and I was like, yo, this looks so cool. But when you actually consider what he's doing, and essentially he's moving the cake from like that little platform they had, the little cart, to the ship, it's like, it's not that much of a cool thing when you think exactly about what he's doing, but it looked awesome as hell. So I was like, okay, I'm cool with that. And then Pudding's nosebleed when she saw that was hilarious. I was like, okay, that's cool. And then Oven getting run over was also awesome. I was like, yo, this guy, he's there. I thought he was legit gonna stop the ship when it was coming towards him, but not today, man. That's not the way it went. He was just there and he was like, I will stop you, and then and he just kind of gets wrecked. So Oven has been receiving loss after loss after L after L, and it's been funny as hell. He's been getting wrecked by Pan, wrecked by Sanji, wrecked by freaking Beige and his hand cannon thing, and wrecked by the Nostra Castello. So it was all good for me, man. I was like, Oven's getting wrecked, and really the only win Oven has really received, and it's kind of like a tainted win, is his kill over Pound, which we assume Pound is dead. Now people were saying that the Pound may not have died because the blade of the glaive that was used to kill Pound, or at least we think it was used to kill Pound, it looked different in the panel where it was bloodied, and it didn't look as wide as the blade should have been. Now I do agree, it doesn't look as wide. The blade of the glaive doesn't look as wide as the blade, or it doesn't look as thin as the blade that was used with that, in that last panel with the blood all over it. But I do think that that was actually showing Oven killing Pound. I do think that was the same blade. I don't want it to be something like, let me just put my laptop on charge. I don't want it to be something like Pedro or something popped out and he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just save you, Pound. I don't want it to be anything like that. Pound did his job this chapter, and I feel like him dying will have cemented his awesomeness as a father. You know, the fact that he didn't even get to really meet his kids, but he still went in for him. I still want that to occur. So then we come to the part where the Straw Hat crew, Big Mom has somehow caught up with them. She was on like Nuts Island going apeshit there, and she somehow caught up with the Straw Hat crew, which was sailing towards Cacao Island, and they're trying to, basically the Straw Hats are trying to escape the clutches of a huge fleet of ships. I mean, there are a few ships coming after them, quite a few ships, and now it really depends on how fast Sanji and company can really meet the Straw Hats as they kind of cross each other's lines, because they're now Sanji's coming away from Cacao Island, and the Straw Hats are going towards Cacao Island, so they're going to kind of meet in the middle. And then it depends on where we're going to see Luffy, because Luffy still has to get to Cacao Island. He can't really meet them midway unless he's like hitched a ride on one of the fleet of ships that Big Mom is currently ahead of. So that actually might be a good shout. Luffy might have actually jumped on one of the ships that's kind of like undercover. He might have shut up Beige and just been like, he might have shut up what's her name, Brûlé, and he might have just jumped on one of the ships and been like, alright, let's go towards my crew. But he did want to get back into the Mirror World to fight Katakuri, so I doubt he's even done that. He's just probably trying to resume his haki, or recover his haki and get back in it with Katakuri. And Luffy's gonna win in some way. We know that for now. Luffy has to win in some way, and it's gonna be awesome. So I can't wait for the next few chapters. And I don't know why Nanatsu no Taizai hasn't come out yet, but we'll get to that when it comes out, I suppose. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought this chapter. Like, comment, subscribe, all down below. Share this video if you agreed with anything I had to say, or if you just feel like it deserves more views than it does. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought. All that good stuff. And yeah, that's about it. So I'll see you guys later.